I now come to the last part of our debate, and this is on the Aam Aadmi Party. And the question, just hear this very carefully, can the Aam Aadmi Party replicate its Delhi performance nationally? Rahul Mehra gets to speak first. Just clear the screen out, reset the buttons, don't press any voting machines right now, because you need to first hear the arguments and then cast your mandate. Rahul Mehra, here you go, your time starts now.
The answer is a categorical yes, and the reason is very simple. Which is that political party in India, and I can see only one, which gives an alternative space, which talks about unifying India, which talks about running away from the fact of vote bank politics, which talks about utter transparency to the core. I mean, even the single one paisa that we raise as from donors, obviously it is accounted for. It is in white money, unlike the the bags which are filled in cash of the other two parties and all the other parties in the Indian diaspora. Which is that political party which has given this no to the VIP culture, which is that political party which talks about Swaraj, the actual decentralization which Mahatma Gandhi used to talk about, giving the power into the hands of the people. We the people. That's the constitution, that's the way it starts. So where are we the people? We the people only figure once in 5 years, and which is what is now happening. And which is why all the political parties are on their knees with a begging bowl asking for each one's vote. And this is what the relevance we want to give in every second and every minute of a true democracy. We stand for decriminalization of politics, which is that political party. You have Narendra Modi has criminals, people who have been convicted in his own cabinet. Congress, less said the better, because they personify corruption and criminalization. Which is the political party which gives you a vehicle where issues can be debated rather than dynasties and individuals. We talk about manifesto. Manifesto has been brought in the forefront for the very first time. Manifestos used to be thrown in the waste paper basket. Today, our entire 49 days of governance was issue-based, and the moment that issue of Jan Lokpal was hijacked by, again, the match fix between BJP and Congress, and we all saw that on the Legislative Assembly, how both of them were smiling and tearing things off and all together to hijack Jan Lokpal, because of which Aam Aadmi Party was originated, because of which we took our word, and we took a principled stand that if we can't get Jan Lokpal, we can't hold these people to account for, and therefore
permitted on the debate. You need to end after 2 minutes. Shashi Tharoor, on whether the Aam Aadmi Party can replicate this performance nationally. One second, your time, sir, starts now.
Initially, when Rahul was talking about only one party stands for the unity of India and transparency, I thought he was describing my party. Then I realized he had other ideas. But the truth is that the Aam Aadmi Party has sadly not understood that one seeks power not to demonstrate in the streets, but to use that power for the public good. The tragedy of the Aam Aadmi Party's very brief flirtation with responsibility has been that sadly they've demonstrated they don't have the capacity to exercise responsibility in the interests of the nation. We need to have a party that is not only against something, they're against corruption, Sabash, we're also against corruption, but they need to be for something concrete. We have no idea what their economic policy is, what their foreign policy is. One of their leaders wants to have a referendum in Kashmir on whether our soldiers can be deployed there. We have all sorts of erratic things happening. We have chief ministers demonstrating in the streets and paralyzing efficient governance. This has to stop. We have to understand that if you want to be a responsible figure with a nationwide appeal, you first of all have to go beyond one issue, because however important that issue is, the ordinary person in this country has many other things to worry about: their education, their job prospects, their future in this country, and indeed security and other issues which we can go on about, none of which the Aam Aadmi Party has credibly addressed. If they have a manifesto, certainly they have not brought it out to the streets. The future of India does not lie in the streets. Governance lies in offices, ministries, parliament, legislative bodies. When he talks about what happened on the Jan Lokpal bill, having passed the Lokpal bill in parliament, we certainly had no problem passing another Lokpal bill in the Delhi Assembly. But there are constitutional provisions to be followed that they simply blithely ignored. And that's the only reason why we voted against their being allowed to introduce it in this fashion.
Okay. Meenakshi Lekhi, on whether the Aam Aadmi Party can replicate its Delhi success nationally, your time starts now, ma'am.
No, absolutely not possible, for simple reason that their Manrega contract of 50 days gets over and has actually got over. They have resigned from the CM's post but continues to be an MLA, and that is what I find very strange. When he's talking about VIP culture being put to an end by the CM, then his daughter needs to be so special that she cannot appear as a common daughter of any other person. for the board exam except as a CM's daughter and must occupy the CM's residence. And also the fact that you need 1,800 policemen in civils to control the mob, which would go for the referendum to other issues of passing Jan Lokpal and so on and so forth. Jan Lokpal, as Dr. Tharoor said, that it had constitutional issues. The one thing which I want to make very clear is that Lokpal is beyond the jurisdiction of Delhi state. It is a center and state subject. The only thing which lies with the Delhi state government was Lokayukt Act. And Lokayukt Act, if he keeps talking about Gujarat to whatever else, they had the powers to amend the Lokayukt Act, which they chose to neglect and did not work on that. In Uttarakhand, we brought out not just Lokayukt, and along with whistleblowers and several other enactments, which were appreciated by none other than Anna Hazare. And these are the people who were consulted before Lokpal bill being produced in the parliament by both Mr. Arun Jaitley and Ms. Sushma Swaraj, and they sat down and formulated those provisions. At that time, they had chosen not to be a political party, but they were representing the civil movement. And apart from those issues, the basic issue today is that can people operate from the streets? And if they need to operate from the streets, the government, and we have seen the Notankis going on, whether it's 26th January, it's 20th, it's so on and so forth.
Okay, the time is up. Rahul Mehra gets to counter, and then we take a question from the audience. Rahul Mehra, go ahead.
You know, all I can hear is that play the conventional politics that we have sullied over the years. Do not try to clean politics in India. All I hear is that it's our way or the highway. We will not allow you, because we have 3/4 of the majority in the parliament. We will not allow you to give Swaraj to people. We will not allow you to engage with the people of India. We will not allow you to even pass a Jan Lokpal, and Jan Lokpal is only the nomenclature. It was very much within the domains of the state to pass that Jan Lokpal, because it was a Jan Lokayukt at the end of the day. If you go into the finer prints of it, I was one of the members who has drafted this Lokpal. Let's have a one-on-one debate on each and every clause. And the Lokpal, the doctored Lokpal that both of you have given and both your political parties have given, along with the parliament that has given to the people of India, is one where the eminent jurists are not even wanting to be a part of the search panel. Forget about the selection panel. So that is the kind of Lokpal that you've given, which is completely in the hands of the politicians. You want another caged parrot like CBI in the form of a Jan Lokpal, and then mock at the people of India. This is what Anna Hazare and this is what the Aam Aadmi Party wanted to give you as the cure for all the ills.
So you say that the opposition party, both the Congress and the BJP party, they say that it's my way or highway. It didn't you people, the AAP party in the Delhi Assembly, didn't go by the code, my way or the highway, with the Jan Lokpal bill. And secondly, you say we call the people to come with us. Is it your party's policy, or how can you possibly take along the people, being the CM of the capital of the country of India, and take people along with you on dharnas, leaving your offices open?
Is that not highly irresponsible, Rahul Mehra?
So what I understand is there are two questions fundamentally. One is, you're talking about what did we do on Jan Lokpal? See, Jan Lokpal was an issue which was number 2 in the 18 points that we gave to both BJP and Congress before we actually came into power and assumed office. And both of them said they shall cooperate with us. There was nothing unconstitutional about the passage. Section 22-24 read with Section 26 of the GNCT Act clearly says that it is for the government of the day, and it is for the government of the day to take it to the House. It is for the House to decide. They did not allow a voting on the Jan Lokpal because that Jan Lokpal was a transparent, independent and effective Lokpal which would have actually taken their leaders and put them behind bars.
Okay.
They didn't want that. Number 2, you have talked about going on the streets and governance. What else does governance means? In 49 days, I can give you more than 49 issues that have been addressed. Take it from Discom audit, which both the political parties said it's not possible.
Okay.
There was a match fix there as well. Talk about power reduction, talk about water subsidy, talk about auto rickshaw new licenses, talk about women's security on the basis of which the dharna was there, because when Arvind assumed office, he immediately went to the Commissioner of Police and said, this is a priority for us, and therefore on
we're out
issues
of time
which have
on
been
this
given to
program.
BJP and Congress
But
in
before
writing.
I get
If
the
they
vote,
do not agree to it, we are principled. We went on the principle on the
Rahul,
issue.
why is it so difficult to get the Aam Aadmi Party to follow the rules? Okay, we're out of time on this program. We're out of time on this program. But before I conclude on this question, Meenakshi Lekhi and Dr. Tharoor get 30 seconds each. Meenakshi.
On the issue of discoms, again, my friend is misquoting and misleading the House here, because discom issue was pending before the court, and none other than my husband was appearing for the CAG, and it is he who got the order, and fortunately or unfortunately, nobody even chose to publish it. And they picked up from there, when they knew that this matter is going to be called, that they called the press conference, as they are very used to usurping others' credit and taking it as their own, go to the LG's office, go to the CAG and claim it as their own.
Dr. Tharoor.
On this issue of transparency, I happen to be the first and for the longest time the only MP in India to issue an annual report to his voters, give it as a press release, put it on the website, tweet it, Facebook it, so people knew what I'd done as an MP for a year. We have absolutely no problem with transparency and accountability. We stand for it. And indeed, many, many Congress MPs have since followed suit. And this is something we really want to see happening in the country. For the Aam Aadmi Party to seek a monopoly of the virtue of transparency, when their own record and governance shows very little transparency, the entire business of the reduction in electricity prices and the free water. Who got the free water? Only those who had water connections already. There were a number of serious issues that they were not transparent about, and they left office before they could be held accountable.
I think all
what
our
they
guests
couldn't
have
do in
spoken
49
enough.
years,
Rahul
we have done in
Mehra,
49 days, and yet they're
no
complaining.
anarchy on the floor, please. You've spoken more than your fair share.
Anarchy is what they did on Telangana issue in the parliament, but you
more
will
than
talk
your
about Aam
fair
Aadmi
share.
Party.
I hope you won't jump into the well of this debate next.
Not at all.
I think everyone has
That
heard all
prerogative
the
is theirs.
debaters. Let's just pull out those trackpads one last time. I shall announce the question once more, and then you need to vote. Just hear my question once. Do you think the Aam Aadmi Party can replicate the Delhi success nationally? Just give me a second. Can the Aam Aadmi Party replicate its Delhi success nationally? That's the question. Are you all ready to cast your vote? Either press yes if you think they can expand nationally and do the same nationally, or press no. You can vote now. Please go ahead and cast your vote. Press either yes or no. I see some debates taking place while people decide whether they wish to vote yes or no. So you can have those debates. I hope everyone's cast their mandate. Has everyone cast their franchise? Okay, all of you have voted. Whoever has that machine, you've all cast your vote. Okay, all of them have voted. Can the producers please tabulate? Don't try and press that button again and again. It doesn't help anyone. Let's just see the answers on our screen, please. Can the Aam... Oh, that's a close one. That's a close one. 46% say yes, but 54% say no. So more people actually concerned about whether this can happen nationally or not, but 46% gives rise to a lot of hope as well. This has been a lot of fun, which is why we didn't make it a personality-based referendum, but an issue-based. And for participating in this Right to be Heard Town Hall India Debates program, thank you very much, Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Thank you, Meenakshi Lekhi. Thank you, Rahul Mehra. And thank you to all of you for joining us on what's been a very, very engaging hour of television. Thank you all very much. Let there be healthy discussion and let the best man win.